He's Dr. Chris.
And he's Dr. Zahn.
Yep, we're twins.
Do you know just how brilliant your body really is? Well, now's the time to find out.
We'll be uncovering the ins and outs of what you're made of.
I've got a big hole in my head.
We'll be doing awesome experiments.
You sound ridiculous.
I sound squeaky.
As we push our own bodies to the limits.
Okay, here we go.
To show you all the incredible things your body can do.
Oh, no. Hang around, because this is gonna be fun.
Coming up today,
On Operation Ouch.
Olivia and Reese come into accident and emergency, but the team are ready to fix them.
There's shock and horror in the streets as we take a peep at this man's amazing body.
We're going to show you a real human brain and look inside it too.
And I join an emergency rescue team as they race to the scene of an accident.
Just keep breathing. Every time you feel pain, take a really nice deep breath.
Hospital doctors and nurses always expect the unexpected. Let's see how they fix our first patient.
This one's a bit gory, injury fans.
We're in accident and emergency at Alderhay Hospital in Liverpool, where 11-year-old Olivia has come in with a metal hook from her dinner pass stuck in her hand.
Like I told you, gory.
I had hold of it, and then my mate, he pulled it off my neck, because he went, can I have it? And I went, no.
Right.
I said, no.
Okay.
And then he pulled it.
Right.
Went, ow.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And looked at me.
Okay.
Not real. That's not real.
Hold on. Take a breather, Olivia.
What?
Let's start again, shall we? It was lunchtime at school and Olivia was in the food queue. She was wearing her dinner pass around her neck and contemplating the sausages when her schoolmate started larking about. He said, "Can I borrow your pass?" She said, "No, you can't." So he pulled her pass really hard. Olivia tried to hold on to it. He pulled, she pulled, and the next minute, the hook went into her hand. Ouch!
That looks nasty.
Yeah.
Not that Olivia seems too down about it. Still, Mum, Dad and Brother George have arrived for some moral support.
So, what do you think of your sister's wound then, George?
It looks like a pomegranate.
A pommy what?
A pomegranate that's got stuck in there with a hook.
It's a blood clot, because if that wasn't
I know.
there, then all the blood would just...
Let's see what Nurse Laura makes of it.
We might need to have a little x-ray, just so we can see how deep it's gone and then how we're going to get it out.
But Olivia's mum raises another problem. Olivia is due to take part in her school play tonight.
She's supposed to be in Buxy Malone drama production, and she's wanting to still be in the show.
Is it a practice tonight?
No, it's a proper one. She's been practicing since October.
It's only 3 hours to go till the play starts, but will Olivia make it on stage?
It just depends. We need to see how deep it's gone in first.
With the clock ticking, let's get those x-rays done.
If the hook turns out to be too close to the bone, Olivia may need an operation. We'll be back later to find out if Olivia can be de-hooked in time for that play. This is our lab, where we're going to do some incredible body experiments.
That really hurt.
Just don't try anything you see here at home.
Today, we're sneezing.
I'm going to show you something about sneezing that you won't know. And Zahn, I'm pretty sure that even as a doctor, you won't know this either.
First of all, I need to get Zahn to sneeze.
So why don't you try rolling up the corner of this piece of tissue paper and stick it in your nose. Ready?
Zahn, cover your mouth.
Oh, I'm covered in spit. So what happened there?
I put something up my nose and my body just blew it out because it didn't like it.
How does it clear your nose?
Right, like you sort of go like that and just blow everything out your nose.
That's what you think happens?
Yeah.
This is really good. So even doctors honestly think this happens when you sneeze, and that is completely wrong. So you don't blow anything out your nose when you sneeze. Everything comes out your mouth. And we can prove it to you if you look at this video of me sneezing.
Okay, here we go. I'm going. I've gone. That's all saliva that was in my mouth, but nothing is coming out of my nose. It's only after I sneeze that my body will create mucus to flush out whatever irritated my nose in the first place. and that's when snot will come out of my nostrils.
So we've shown you that when you sneeze, the spray only comes out your mouth.
But imagine if Chris had been ill when he sneezed.
Every single one of those droplets could have contained disease-spreading germs, and that's why it's so important to cover your mouth.
Now we're going to show you just how big and powerful a sneeze can be.
We're going to create our own work of art. We'll both drink different coloured liquids, then get a sneeze going to create our masterpiece.
Get ready for germ art.
Okay, so you're going to go first? That's really good.
Thanks. Now you'll notice an amazing splatter effect, and that's all down to the speed our sneezes are travelling. 100 kilometres an hour to be precise.
And remember, if we were ill, that would all be germs.
I really like what you've done there, though. You've really drawn
the nose right.
I don't know why everyone doesn't paint this way.
Now, with all this sneezing, look what started to happen.
Yep, snot. And that's the mucus our bodies have created to flush out what was making us sneeze.
I hope we've painted for you a clear picture of why it's so important to cover your mouth when you sneeze. Use a tissue or do it into your elbow. Got a little snot.
In the UK, there are hundreds of rapid response medical teams on standby.
And they need to be on the scene of an emergency in minutes.
We're going on call with the UK's emergency services, heading into the thick of the action to help save lives. Now it's Zahn's turn on the front line.
This is a West Midlands Ambulance Service rapid response vehicle. And the paramedics who drive these are on call 24/7 so that they're always ready to deal with medical emergencies. Jan, can I hit the lights?
Go on then.
Yes.
This fast medical service takes thousands of 999 calls every day. If you had an accident, they're the people you'd want to come to your rescue. On call with me today is paramedic Jan Van.
We're on a 999 call to see an 18-year-old girl who's fallen and hurt her shoulder. We don't know anything more than that. In the call centre, they're putting information into the computer, and that's coming up on our screen. Now, we can see now she's got a hurt shoulder, she is breathing, she's conscious. So when you phone 999, the ambulance can be heading towards you even as you're giving more information.
It's only 5 minutes since the call came in.
We're almost at the scene, and I've got my camera ready, so you'll be able to see exactly what's going on.
Hiya.
The patient is called Saffron, and her shoulder's clearly giving her a lot of pain.
I've got some gas and air that I'm going to give you, OK? Put it in your mouth and breathe in deep.
After a few puffs on the gas and air, Jan can get a chance to examine Saffron.
You wasn't knocked out at all, was you? No.
What Jan's doing now is giving her gas and air. Should make her much, much more comfortable. Then we can have a good look at the shoulder.
Sorry. I think she's broken her clavicle or collarbone. When you try and feel for the hard bone, there's a bit of a gap there and it just disappears and she's quite a lot of pain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sling on your arm and that's going to support it for you so you can let go of it, OK?
So Jan's been able to see that she's probably got a broken collarbone. Very painful, but not life-threatening, which is good.
All right.
So if you take really nice big lungfuls of gas, just keep breathing. Every time you feel pain, take a really nice deep breath. That's really good.
Deep breath, Bob.
So you can see how much pain affects people. She's really sweaty. She's not really able to speak.
That bone there feels OK, yeah?
Although we think she's just got a broken collarbone, which isn't that serious an injury, we've got the ECG, the monitors, so we're taking her blood pressure, we're looking at her heart, we're looking at her breathing. All of that's to make sure she hasn't got any other injuries or any underlying problems.
Is the gas making you feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Keep breathing it in then, OK? You're doing brilliantly now.
You'll notice how much better Saffron looks with the gas and air and with the sling. Her arm's immobilised so the bones aren't grinding, and the colour's come back to her cheeks. She's looking much, much better. Still needs to go to hospital, but you can see how much of a difference it makes having Jan here quickly.
An ambulance has arrived to take Saffron to hospital for further treatment. So, with our job here done, we head back to the car, ready for when that next call comes in. It's thanks to paramedics like Jan who can get to a scene fast that means that in an emergency, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from medical care. Still to come,
Zand hits the hospital wards and takes on a plaster cast challenge.
Can you stop your friends from standing up with one finger? We'll show you how to do it.
And I'm going to show you the insides of a real human brain.
The brain inside your head is soft and squishy.
Now, did you know your eyes can process 36,000 pieces of information every hour?
Wow, that's amazing. And so's this.
An ordinary high street in an ordinary town full of ordinary people.
But one man here has an extraordinary power.
Is it the ability to get away with wearing a lilac shirt?
No, although he does do that as well. No, his extraordinary power lies behind those sunglasses. Take that!
Oh, no.
And that!
How did you do that?
Oh, are you serious?
No, I can't.
Wondering what all the fuss is about? Well, check this out.
This is Antonio Popeye Francis. Can't imagine where he got that nickname from, but you may have seen him on Britain's Got Talent.
Antonio first discovered he could pop his eyes out when he was 7 years old.
Combing my hair, I had a big afro. As I pulled the comb, it got stuck in my hair. And as I pulled it, my left eye just popped out on its own.
So how does Antonio's amazing body do this?
Behind our eyes lie 6 muscles controlling the movement of our eyeballs. Antonio has the amazing ability to contract these muscles, pushing his eyeballs out.
He can do it up to 200 times without needing a rest, and he reckons they come out a whopping 12.3 millimeters.
Now that's amazing.
It's nothing like Antonio.
Let's head back to accident and emergency to see where we're at with our patient.
Back in Liverpool, 11-year-old Olivia's in hospital with a horrid hand injury. Her mate was trying to pull her dinner pass from around her neck when the metal hook got stuck in her thumb.
Due to perform in the school play tonight, she's been anxiously awaiting her X-ray results to find out if she'll need surgery.
Olivia's X-ray shows that she has got the clip stuck within a soft tissue. It's not touching bone, so that's really good. So hopefully she'll be able to have that removed down in A&E without any surgery.
That's good news. The hook may be lying close to the bone, but it isn't touching it.
With a bit of luck then, tonight's show might go on.
Thank you.
Meet nurse practitioner Julia Maxted. She'll be the one hoping to unhook that hook. But first...
Put your lips round that, and then just take nice deep breaths, and it'll make a funny noise. That's it.
Although Olivia doesn't need surgery, removing the hook will still be painful. So, to numb the pain, Nurse Julia gives our patients some gas and air. It's often called laughing gas, and you can see why.
This boss.
Laughing gas is a mixture of nitrous oxide and oxygen. As you breathe it in, the gas numbs the pain receptors in your brain, making things hurt less and giving you a giggle along the way.
With Olivia looking relaxed, it's time to tell the hook to sling its hook.
You're being brilliant. You are brilliant. Is that making you laugh? All right.
That's not, though.
If it hurts, keep puffing on that.
Nurse Julia is carefully trying to ease the hook out.
Yeah.
It's nearly there.
Done? All done.
Yes, it's out.
The trickiest thing was opening it up. The clamp bit was quite stiff.
Have another puff. Just give it a little clean. Done.
And doing it without moving it, because if you're moving it, that's when it hurts. So actually, you want to, it's just pushing it in and then pulling it without her really noticing what you were doing.
How did she get on with the laughing gas?
I started laughing.
Awesome.
No, George, you can't have any.
That horrible hook's only just out, but Olivia's already got bigger things on her mind.
Do me show then.
Wow, that's dedication for you.
We'll see how you are in an hour.
Well, that was a pretty big hook. Good job getting it out.
Unhooked and happy, Olivia's ready to star in her play at last.
Ouch. We've got some incredible body tricks to show you.
Want to find out how to stop your friends moving with just one finger?
Okay, so guys, come and stand in a ring, but arm's length, because I don't like the way you all smell. You all have to stay there. I'm going to stop you from standing up with one finger.
No, you're not.
Okay, Zandi, sit down. Okay, now I want you to put your head against the wall. Okay, and I'm going to stop you standing up with just one finger there. Okay, so now try and stand up. Stand up. So what you've got to do is make sure that your hands are on your knees and you're just using one. Now, do you think one of you could stop Zand standing up? Who's the smallest? So why don't you come forward, put the point of your finger like that. Have you got long nails?
You'll never stop me, Faisal.
Okay, now Zand,
Never do it.
ready?
It's not just Zand that can't stand up, though. No one can.
You're not going to hurt me, Solomon. You'll never keep me down!
You don't really have to be super strong to make this trick work. It's more about balance.
Watch what happens when Zand stands up. Slowly forward, and now he can stand up. So you have to move all your weight over your feet. Sit down. Now stand up. And if you stop him moving forward, then he can't do anything because he can't stand up like that or he'll fall over backwards.
Stop it.
Sorry.
So try it yourself and see how you can be a superhero with just one finger.
Now it's time for us to hit the hospitals to show you what goes on. Today, Zand is on duty in the plaster room.
If you break a bone, you'll come here to get it plastered.
Plastering broken limbs is a technique that's been used for over 200 years and
This team sees hundreds of patients each week.
so they need to work fast. A plaster cast keeps a broken bone in place so that it can heal in the correct position.
Jack, I'm Dr. Zand. Can you tell me what's happened?
I've broken my thumb, tripped, and it snapped. This bit here.
Right in the joint.
When you get a cast like Jack, first a sock goes on to stop the cast itching. Then a layer of cotton wool padding. And finally a layer of plaster, which sets super quick into a hard shell.
So you're just going to look like, yeah, Jack says yes to this.
Now everyone who gets a cast on obviously has to have it taken off. Like Jordan here.
Jordan, what did you do?
Broke my ankle.
How'd you do that?
I was playing rugby.
Love and kisses. Looks like it might all have been worth it.
To get that cast off requires a saw, but not just any saw. Check this out.
What this saw can do is distinguish between hard and soft things.
Whoa! So it can cut through things like wood or plaster cast, but it won't damage anything soft like your skin.
Let me show you on your hand.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just tickled.
That's because it has a special vibrating blade, so when it's used by an expert, it means your cast can be off quickly and without hurting you. Anyway, time to meet our next patient. Hang on, I recognise that person.
What have you done?
I broke my leg. What do you think I did?
Did you come off your swing? Did you come off your trampoline?
Yes. Actually, the reason I'm here is because I'm going to get Zand to race Julie and see who can get the cast off quicker.
On one arm will be specialist orthopaedic practitioner Julie, with 17 years' experience. And on the other arm will be Dr. Zand, who's been on the ward for just one day. On your marks, set, go. This ward sees hundreds of patients a week, so the team have to be able to get casts on and off quickly. The question is Zand up to the job? Julie's already on the inside. Come on, Zand, what are you doing? A quick snip with the scissors, and I think we have a winner! Somebody is still going, though.
No! Am I winning?
Let me think about that. No. Oh my goodness, is he ever going to finish?
Yes!
About time, too.
What was the margin?
Julie, you finished in an impressive 51 seconds. Zand, you took just under 5 minutes. If you worked here, which would be ridiculous, Julie would see 5 times as many people as you.
That just goes to show how skilled experts like Julie are. So if you break a bone, you'll be in safe hands, quite literally. How
How many calculations can the average human brain perform in 1 second? Is it A, 10,000, B, 10 quadrillion, or C, 1, especially if you're in maths class?
Believe it or not, the answer is B. Your brain really does perform 10 quadrillion calculations a second.
Which means your brain is the most complicated computer on the planet.
So why is it so wrinkly?
This is a case for Investigation Ouch.
I'm here at the Brain Cut Room at University College London, and I'm about to get very close to a real human brain. This is not for the squeamish.
We've got exclusive access to this human brain to show you all its inner workings. This organ controls every single thing you do. Even now, your brain is busy sending messages all over your body.
Now, this brain feels rubbery because it's been preserved. But the brain inside your head right now is soft and squishy.
That's because our brains are actually made up of 75% water, and the rest is mostly fat. The average adult brain weighs 1.5 kilos. That's as much as 3 tins of baked beans. Try picking them up and you'll see how much weight a neck has to carry. But there's more to find out than that. So let's pick the brains of a specialist. Meet Dr. Helen Ling, a brain doctor or neurologist.
So Helen, why does the brain look like this? Why is it all wrinkly?
Well, the surface of our brain is actually folded. These bumps and grooves increase the surface area of our brain.
So if we unfolded all this, it would be enormous.
And we'd need a head the size of a surfboard.
How does the brain sit inside the skull? Is it just resting gently on the bones?
Oh, our brain is actually surrounded by a clear, colorless fluid, and it acts like a cushion that protects the brain.
So it's like when you're at the swimming pool, if you go and lie on a lilo and you feel very weightless, that's the same thing the brain is doing. It's just chilling out in this fluid inside your skull.
Hey, baby. But it does a lot more than just chill out. This big, wrinkly structure is controlling your body 24/7. Yes, even when you're asleep. There are different sections in charge of different jobs, but which bit does what? Well, toward the front is the motor cortex. This tells you when to move by sending signals down your spinal cord.
And when I'm hungry and my stomach's gurgling, which bit's doing that?
It will be the hypothalamus.
So that bit, this bit right in the middle of the brain?
That's right, right here.
So when I'm hungry, this bit of the brain, right in the middle, sends out chemicals that tell me to eat. And when I've eaten, it sends out chemicals telling me I'm full and I can stop eating. What about memories? Where are they kept?
Well, the new memories are kept in the hippocampus, which is right inside here. You can actually see it over here. And the hippocampus is like a temporary drive in the computer, so new memory is kept there.
But when we're asleep, the hippocampus backs up new memories so you can remember them years later. So, although the brain is full of fat and water, it's actually one of the most amazing computers on Earth.
Not bad for something that looks like a sponge.
It's time to meet another patient in the emergency department.
The staff may think they've seen it all, but they won't be expecting this.
Accident and emergency. Here, lives are saved. Doctors battle with serious injuries, terrible accidents, life and death traumas. So what terrifying problem has 13-year-old Reese brought in with him?
Well, basically, I was watching television last night with my nan.
Go on.
And I was scratching my toenail and I picked it off.
No way, you didn't.
And I went to scratch my nose and the toenail went right off my nose.
I'm sorry, what? He thinks he's got a toenail up his nose?
Apparently. Reese was watching TV with his nan, chilling out, picking his toenails, as you do.
I most certainly do not.
When he pulled off a biggie, a right naily corker. But then his nose started itching. He wanted to scratch, and with that cheesy nail still on his finger, he went for it. Both nail and finger went up the hooter, but only his finger came out. And Reese reckons that bit of toenail is still stuck up there.
Ouch.
Just a silly thing that's happened. But yeah, I'm going to get laughed at tomorrow at school.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. There's a first time for everything.
I got my fingernail stuck in my eye once.
Right, so not the first time then. What is this, a hobby?
So, top that.
Enter Dr. Colin Campbell, Let's hope he's up to the challenge.
So tell me, Reese, what's brought you into hospital today?
I was picking my toenail and I went to scratch my nose, not realising the nail was still on my finger, and it went up my nose and I sniffed it up.
Okay.
He looks as bemused as me.
Don't get told that very often.
Very embarrassing.
Which side of your nose has it gone on?
It's my left nostril, it's gone right up.
First, Dr. Colin tries to see if he can spot the chewed-off nail. Must be a pretty sight up there. Hope you're enjoying the view.
I can't see the nail now. Okay. So what I want you to do, just block that right nostril, and as hard as you can, I just want you to blow out of your left one. Now this is the important bit. When you breathe back in again, don't breathe back in through your nose, breathe back in through your mouth. So we're going to do something like this, okay?
Off you go then.
Keep going. Blow as hard as you can.
We could be here a while. As you saw when we were sneezing, your nose and mouth are connected. It's a maze of passages and cavities, linking your nostrils to each other and your ears to your nose and throat. That's why, when you're sick, sometimes a bit comes out of your nose.
Gross. Meanwhile, back with Reese, there's still no sign of that nail.
Blow as hard as you can. That's it. Keep going. I never thought I'd be doing this when I come to work this morning.
Surely it must be out by now.
You'd have thought so. Oh, hang fire, we might have success.
It's gone.
Are you sure?
It's made a runner.
Yes, the nail has been nailed. But let's get another look up there, just to be sure.
I can't see anything in his nose. Can you feel anything?
No, I can't feel it.
You can't. Sometimes if you've scratched your nose, you know, on the inside, you can get a sensation that there feels like there's something actually inside your nose. You've not got that sensation now?
No, it's gone.
All right.
Well, there you have it. As for the whereabouts of the missing toenail, nobody knows.
I'm just happy that I can't feel it and it should be gone.
The moral of the story is, don't pick your toenails and don't put them up your nose.
Next time.
There's a jaw that's been dislocated.
I let a blood-sucking leech feed on my arm.
And which of these two have the largest tonsils? We'll find out after surgery. So,
join us for another Operation Ouch.